Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Wonderful to have everybody. Wow, we got a bunch of people coming in tonight. Very nice. Thank you all for joining us. Actors, if I can get you guys to go ahead and mute your video and audio for me. Very nice to see everyone's smiling faces. Hope everybody's safe out there. Welcome, Mr. Speck. Nice to have you. All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Fort Worth Community Arts Center's original work series. Tonight, we have another brand new play by author and playwright Janae Hatchett. Am I saying that right, Janae?
Yes, you are.
Perfect. All right. I'm going to ask these folks to go ahead and mute their audio and video there so we can get you front and center. Again, I'd just like to say thank you to everybody for showing up. So we'll get started with the reading here in just a little bit. First off, we want to spend a little time with our fabulous author, Miss Janae. And thank you so much on behalf of the Arts Center and the original work series for submitting your play. We're very, very excited to have you this evening. And
thank you.
Can't thank you enough for writing this fabulous piece. How are you this evening?
Oh, I'm doing great. Yeah, just chilling over here in Lubbock for a little while with all this quarantine stuff. And thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. We're very blessed and very glad that we have an opportunity to move forward with the original work series. So are you ready to get on the hot seat a little bit?
Oh, of course.
Perfect. All right. So we'll just start right off. And if you don't mind, if you just tell us a little bit about yourself and also possibly about the inspiration and motivation of this particular piece.
Sure. So my name is Janae Hatchett. I'm a local DFW actor primarily, and then also a playwright. I started playwriting officially late college. My last semester of college, I decided to pick it up again, but I've always, loved writing as a kid. And then I started writing this play late 2017. So it's been a couple years. I've just been workshopping it and doing all that fun stuff. I'm from Lubbock, Texas, went to school at Angelo State University, and then have been in the DFW area for about 4 years now. So rocking and rolling. As far as this piece, so what started with this particular play is I started with one particular scene, and I had a friend come up to me and say, you know what, I'm not a playwright, but I have this really funny idea. And it's just like this little snippet of a joke. I won't tell you what it is because I don't want to ruin it. But that led to a scene with this nerdy guy on a first date. And so I just kind of played with that idea and what type of person would this, nerdy guy be going through. And I deal with a lot of depression and social anxiety in my own life. And so I kind of poured that aspect into this protagonist. And so the play, it's a comedy, but one of the main themes is just mental health and the various types of people that have to deal with that on a daily basis that you may not expect because they're full of life and the life of the party. And then, you take Robin Williams, for example, he's like the funniest guy on earth. And then he, has these dark monsters, and anyone and everyone can have that going on in their life.
Very true indeed. Well, it's a fabulous script. And again, we're very grateful that we've had an opportunity to share it with everyone. So thank you for that. Can you tell us a little bit about who some of your writing mentors or influences were?
Sure. I really liked some of the old school stuff, like, old school. William Inge, Tennessee Williams, Sam Shepard, who's a little less old school. With this particular play, because it is my first full-length play that I had written, I thought a lot about Margaret Edson, because she was the author of Wit, And that was her first, and as far as I know, only play that she's done, unless she's done some writing in the last couple of years. And she got a Pulitzer out of it and a bunch of like drama desk awards and things like that. And, you know, with things like playwriting, that's such a honed craft. The first time that you do anything, you think, okay, well, this first one is going to suck. But then, you know, you hear about Margaret Edson and it's like, well, why does it have to suck? I could be, you know, I could be a Margaret Edson if I want to be. I'm just going to do it. So that really helped me with this play.
Very nice. Very nice. And can you tell us a little bit about your writing process? Do you set a specific time to write? Do you just write when the muse hits?
I kind of just write whenever the muse hits. I mean, I do have goals for myself as far as like, you know, I need to write 3 times this week. You know, I don't necessarily need it to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but like 3 different times I need to sit down and I need to write. And then whenever I do write, it's usually for several hours. I'm not very good at sitting down and just writing for half an hour or even an hour. It's usually like 2 to 3 hours at a time. And I love going to like coffee shops, for example, and just sitting and letting everything in the world escape me because I have too many distractions at home with cats and all that stuff. So yeah, it's mostly whenever it feels right.
And do you feel as though writing energizes or exhausts you?
Ooh, that's a good one. For the most part, it energizes me. If I'm writing a more dramatic piece, I hate to say it exhausts me because I feel accomplished at the end, but I mean, you'll see a couple scenes in this play that are a bit more on the dramatic side, and it just takes so much writing and rewriting and rewriting and rewriting to get it right, and to make it sound real while still getting your message across. And so those are a little bit more exhaustive.
And are you done with this one, or have you rewritten or edited or changed things? Or when you wrote it, have you just workshopped and seen how it progresses rather than the script itself?
Right now, I feel like I am very, very close to being done with this one. I may go back and change a line here and a line there, but as far as the overall structure of the play, I think that's pretty set in stone. For this one, I mean, it has been a bit of a workshop process. So I actually started, I started with just a private reading once I felt stuck with my first draft. And from there, I learned that I could expand it because at first it was a little bit of a lengthy one act and I wanted it to be a full length. And so I had the freedom to really expand on some of the characters that I wanted to expand on to make it a fuller piece. And then I did a staged reading back in August of 2018 with Theater 3, their Theater 2 downstairs space. And from there, I ended up rearranging the script because Act 2 was longer than Act 1. So I fixed that. Yeah, but now in its current spot, I feel pretty confident about it. I might make some minor tweaks, but that's about it.
And do you have any other plays in the works right now? Do you have several or one? How does that go about? Do you have different projects that you kind of come back to, or do you just set one in front of you and try to finish it before you move on to others?
Oh, I always have several going on. I have an app on my phone with notes that, you know, I'll just be sitting at work or whatever, and it's, you know, my lunch break, and I'll just be like, wait, I have this idea for this other play. And, you know, I have an entire phone full of notes of things that I might turn into plays, things that I might not turn into plays. And then once I actually get to sitting down and writing, for the most part, I do try to stick to that one play. But if there is a particular idea that I just can't get out of my head, it's a lot healthier for me to just go ahead and write it down. Even if it's just, if it's like a full scene or just a snippet of a scene, like I have kind of my junk binder, if you will, where I just write those things down, put it in the binder so that I at least always have that.
Very nice. And do you have a website or any information for the people that are with us tonight if they want to check out your work, or how they might be able to get in touch with you or see some of the other stuff you're working on?
Sure. I don't have a playwriting website, but I mean, you can friend me on Facebook. I'll friend you back. I have Instagram, and I do have a YouTube channel. I do some songwriting as well. Right now I only have one song up there, but it's a parody of All I Want for Christmas Is You that I wrote. So yeah.
Very nice. If you want, make sure you put that stuff in the comments down in the chat.
Sure.
And so that way, if people want to, they can jot it down. And it'll also be there whenever we record this, and we'll put some links on there as well. So a little bit more of a serious question here.
Okay.
So how do you see art changing in the midst of this pandemic? Do you think it will? And what kind of changes do you think we might start seeing?
I honestly don't think it's going to change a whole lot in the theater community as far as plays being produced and people going to plays, because the reality is that a lot of the plays being produced in town have royalties attached to them, and so you can't just record them or do a Zoom of them. I think the cool thing that is coming out of this pandemic is what Fort Worth Community Arts Center is doing is, being able to host play readings on a more public platform, so that, this one is in Fort Worth, but I know I have friends from San Angelo on here. I have people from Lubbock on here. And so it's kind of cool to be able to reach beyond just the DFW local community.
Yes, it's very nice to be able to share on a different platform as well, and continue to spread these great stories. So what are some suggestions you have for new playwrights or somebody that's looking to attempt to write a play?
Sure. So for me, the main thing is don't get so hung up on the process. Like, you should definitely take a playwriting class, read a playwriting book, because I always revert back to that stuff, back to the fundamentals. But as I said before, if I'm really inspired to write a particular scene, I don't wait to have my outline done, my characters fleshed out, any of that. I just go ahead and write that scene, because I know it's not going to stop tickling my brain until I get it out on paper. And ultimately, like with this play, for example, I have several scenes that I have written that didn't make the cut for this play, but I don't regret writing them at all, because writing those scenes still helps me flesh out my characters quite a bit. I'm stealing this from a post on Reddit, but just some of the best advice I'd gotten. Our brains are really good and really natural at correcting something that's already in existence versus putting something out on paper that doesn't already exist. So just know that the first scene that you write, the first draft that you have, is probably going to be crap. And that's okay. You're going to be spending more time rewriting than you are writing. And that's everybody. That's not just you.
And do you feel you write the characters, or do the characters write themselves through you?
Oh, I think they write themselves through me, for sure. Yeah, they kind of take on a life of their own. And then I do this weird thing where I wrote down something really funny that I didn't expect. And then I spend the next 20 minutes rereading it over and over instead of continuing writing, which is really productive. But
how does writing change the writer?
Well, for me, it really opens me up to new things. Like for this play, for example, I have the protagonist is really into comic books, and I don't know anything about comic books. So I was texting one of my best friends, because he's a huge comic book nerd, and some of the stuff that he texted me ended up making it into the play. And then I asked him for suggestions of comics to read. And although going into a comic book store, I would still feel totally lost, like I at least had that opportunity to be able to read a comic book and know that, hey, I actually kind of like this. And so that's fun.
And that kind of leads me into my next question, and you kind of answered some of it there. Did you do a lot of research for this play? I know that there's some specific settings and things, and I'm just curious if you did any specific research and how you went about that.
Yeah, as far as setting goes, I don't recall doing any research specifically on that, but I did do a lot of research, like the comic book thing, for example. I have a character in here that is really into psychics and horoscopes and astrology, and so I had to do research on that because I know nothing about it other than I'm an Aries, and that that one was kind of fun because there was even one moment where I was stuck on where I wanted that character to go and what I wanted her motivation to be. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll just look at her horoscope for this day. And then that just helped me figure out what she was going to do next. I also looked into, therapy, court-ordered therapy, depression, bipolar disorder, anxiety. Yeah, there were quite a few things. Egypt, cats. Lots of little things in the scripts that I had to do research on, but it was fun.
What do you find the most interesting or challenging thing about writing the opposite sexes for you?
I don't find it that challenging because once I have an idea of that character's emotional profile, you could say, then the words kind of spill out. I would say with both genders, and I mean, especially men, because they don't typically do this, I have a habit of, whenever I'm first writing, over-explaining that character's emotions and how they feel. And so I have to start with, a paragraph of text and then dial it back to like 2 sentences because people don't actually say exactly what they feel all the time.
And you may have already answered this. What do you consider to be the most difficult part of your artistic process?
Ooh. Well, this is kind of a stupid answer, but it's finding a play title. Like I always start writing every single play with a title in mind. And then by the time I'm done with the play, that title just sounds stupid to me and I hate it. And then I have the hardest time coming up with a new title. I mean, I probably spent weeks coming up with new and improving as a title. Yeah.
So we've got a question here from the chat room. What compelled you to write about subjects you were not already familiar with?
Well, with this play, the main subject is mental health, and that is something that I do struggle with. So as far as the main subject of the play, that one isn't super out of my realm. I had a particular idea of what all of these characters, who I wanted these characters all to be. And so some of that miscellaneous research is where that came from. If that makes sense.
Very nice, very nice. And anybody that's out there, if you've got a question for Janae, feel free to put it in the chats and we'll try to make sure that we can get that in as well. So what is one thing you would give up to be a better writer?
I mean, that'd be cool if I could just write full time, but I don't. So I'm a very sleepy person, and I know a lot of creative type people who are insomniacs and can write like super late at night. And I really wish I were that type of person because I'd get so much more done, but I'm just not. And so if there was a way that I could biologically only need like 4 hours of sleep a night, that would be great.
Very interesting. So what was an early experience for you where you learned that language had power?
Oh, wow. That's like a 3 to 4 page MLA format type of question right there. Okay, this isn't my earliest memory by any means, but it's the first one that came to mind. So it was about a decade ago, I guess. I was in acting class, and we were doing monologues, and this particular monologue ended with the line, "I choose death." And my professor told me just do that last part of the monologue, but instead of saying "I choose death," say "fuck you." And at the time I was like super naive and innocent, and I just had like a deer in the headlights look on my face, and he was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I don't want to say that word." And he was like, "Okay, it's ready to screw you." But it's amazing how some phrases and can just like stop you in your tracks, can bring you to tears. Yeah.
Great answer. Great answer. That wasn't anywhere near 3 pages.
No, I'll try again next time.
What's the best money you ever spent as a writer?
For me, binders. I'm very old school. Whenever I'm writing, I have to do pen to paper, which I just get distracted if I'm on a computer because I make too many typos, and then I have to go back and fix those typos because I'm a perfectionist and I lose my train of thought. So yeah, I have a binder for every play that I work on, and I have that all in storage and stuff. So it's very useful.
Nice, very nice. Are there any authors or playwrights that you disliked at first and then grew to enjoy? And why is that?
That's a hard question too. This isn't a playwright, but at first I really didn't like Angels in America, the play. Really just part 1. I didn't remember much about disliking part 2. And, you know, there are some things that just kind of affect you certain ways at certain times of your life. And I think that particular subject matter of, you know, one character telling another character like, hey, you're gay. No, I'm not. Yeah, you are. And that just like really hit me the wrong way. I'm like, why are you telling him what he is? Like, that's not okay. He should figure it out for himself. But now, like, I have grown up a little bit, and I'm just like, okay, I can understand that's not what that character was trying to do. So yeah, that's not a playwright, but that's the example that came to mind.
Very interesting. Absolutely. What's your favorite underappreciated play?
I would love to do Antigone by Jean Anouilh. And now I'm too old to play Antigone, which is unfortunate. But yeah, it's just, it has very powerful language. And I mean, it's the original Sophocles version is amazing as well, but it's just really cool having this incredibly strong and young female character who's so willing to stand up for what she believes that she's willing to die.
Great play indeed.
Yeah.
So, all right, final question.
Cool.
If you could tell your younger writing self anything, what would it be?
Well, I would tell her to start writing younger and to not be so shy about it, because in junior high and high school, as with a lot of people, you get into the academic writing phase, and I hate academic writing so much. I'm so slow at it. You know, and so just those experiences convinced me that I don't like writing, which is why I didn't even try playwriting until I was a senior in college, which is a shame. So yeah, I would tell her to start writing sooner.
Nice, very nice. Well, Janae, I thank you so much for taking the time to visit with us. And at this point in time, if I could have all of the actors on stage, please. All actors on stage. Very nice to see everybody. Welcome, welcome. And at this point, if these fabulous, talented people wouldn't mind just giving us a very brief introduction and the roles that you'll be playing tonight.
Hi everyone, my name is Joshua Hahlen and I'll be playing Nathan.
Hi, my name is Dayna and I'll be playing Linda.
I'm Amy Cave and I'll be playing Karen.
I'm Carter Frost and I'll be playing Turk.
I'm
Shawn Gann and I'll be playing Hector.
Sorry, Hector. I'm Lindy Wade, I'll be playing Sofia.
I'm Marisa Duran, I'll be playing Piper.
I'm Taylor Donnelson, I'm playing Abby.
I'm Amy Tucker and I'll be playing Rosemary.
I'm Araceli Bowling and I will be playing Beth. And ooh, I use the old name. No one tell him he's not here right now.
My name is David Graham and I'll be playing Ted.
I'm Rachel Starkey. I'll be playing Lindsay. I don't know if it showed up there.
My name's Angelique Kimble, and I'll be playing Amber.
And I'm Bryan Douglas. I'll be doing the narration and stage directions.
Awesome. I hope that's everybody. All right, at this point, if I could have all actors to places, please. All actors to places. Again, ladies and gentlemen, while we're getting everything prepped up here, if you've got any comments, please feel free to go ahead and type them up in the chat room there. And we'll go ahead and get started. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the Fort Worth Community Arts Center presents Janae Hatchett's New and Improving. Please enjoy.
Time, the present. Unless you're reading this in 2052, then it's the past. Place, an American city. We'll make something up like Dallas. Act 1, Scene 1. Setting, Linda's office, stage left, and lobby, stage right. In the lobby, there's a small desk and 3 chairs. In the office, there are 2 chairs. At Rise, Karen is seated behind a desk in the lobby. Linda is seated in her office. Nathan enters the lobby.
Hello, Nathan. If you'll have a seat, Linda will be with you in just a moment.
Oh, okay.
Nathan sits. Pause.
Are you sure she can't see me now? I'm only 2 minutes early.
She'll be ready in just a minute.
Does she have someone in her office?
No, she's just debriefing from her last session.
How long does that usually take?
It will just be a minute. Are you okay?
Yeah, better now that I've screamed.
Linda enters the lobby.
Nathan, good to see you. Come on in.
Linda and Nathan enter the office. Lights down, stage right. Karen exits. Nathan sits.
Okay, I'm ready.
I heard your little tension release in the lobby.
You're right, it does help a bit.
Maybe next time, just don't do that in public.
Oh.
Try a little breathing exercise instead.
Okay then.
Why don't you tell me what's on your mind?
I'm getting fired.
Okay, let's take a deep breath. Okay, now tell me what happened.
I used the printer at work for personal use.
Is that it?
Well, it's against the code of conduct, Linda. Okay, I printed 3 sheets of paper with 1,218 characters on it, and 197 of those characters were highlighted in yellow. I didn't just use the printer. I used color.
I understand, but I would be surprised if they let you go for that. I mean, I wouldn't let Karen go if she were using the printer.
Really? Even if she was using color?
Honestly, doubt I would mind.
Wow.
I mean, did your boss confront you about this?
No, but I'm pretty sure Rosemary told him. We share a cubicle, and I couldn't hide the pages from her very well.
If he hasn't talked to you about it, then I wouldn't worry. I mean, your anxiety levels have transformed into paranoia.
Really? Again?
It's not something that can be cured overnight.
Lights down, stage right. Lights up, stage left. Hector's office. Hector is seated. Abby enters Hector's office.
Hi, Hector.
Hello, Abby. Have a seat.
Abby looks at 2 empty seats, uncertain.
Any seat?
Why do you have 2?
Couples counseling.
I didn't bring someone with me. Was I supposed to?
No, I have new patients. They came in before your session.
Which one do I normally sit in?
Just the left one.
Abby sits.
So, how's your week been?
A lot has happened since our last session.
Would you like to start with anything in particular?
I went on a date last Saturday.
Wow, that's awesome, Abby. How did it go?
Not well.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
He took me to this bar, and after 3 Dr. Peppers, I go to the bathroom. When I got back to the table, he was gone.
Oh no. What did you do?
Piper picked me up and took me home.
I know that was a difficult experience, but I'm proud of you for taking a risk. That was good for you.
I guess. But it didn't feel so great at the time. Things have turned around since then, though. Once I got home, I checked my horoscope like I always do when I'm feeling lost, and it said it was a wise decision to make an investment.
Lights down, stage right. Lights up, stage left.
Linda, do you know what today is?
It's the 11th.
No. I mean, yes, but no. It's our 15th session.
Well, yes, I suppose it is. Time flies, doesn't it?
You said I would be cured by my 15th session.
Nathan, I didn't say you would be cured. I said you should give therapy at least 15 weeks before quitting in order to see how much progress you're making.
Oh, no.
Overcoming depression and social anxiety is not a quick process. I mean, did you learn calculus in 15 weeks?
No.
See?
It took me 12 weeks.
You had to start with basic math in elementary school, and then you built upon that knowledge year after year until you reached calculus.
True, but after I completed my 12-week prerequisite course of trig at the age of 14, I took a 12-week course in calculus, which led to becoming a 4-time interscholastic mathlete champion. See, I can learn almost anything in 12 weeks.
So, therapy doesn't work that way.
Maybe if I had a more goal-oriented therapist.
Lights down, stage left. Lights up, stage right.
I feel better now that I've been talking to Jason. He's my agent.
Huh. So, what kind of investment are you making?
Have you ever heard of a timeshare?
Abby, I think you should give this more thought. Can you even afford something like that?
Not yet. I need to call my bank and talk about, what's it called? Liquefying assets.
Liquidating your assets?
Yeah, that's it. Apparently, my job puts money in this thing called a 401k, and if I liquidate it, I can use that money now.
I highly advise against that. That will ruin you financially.
Really?
Guys like Jason are just trying to take advantage of you.
But he seems so nice.
You can always set a goal for yourself to save enough money to travel soon, but liquidating your 401k is a bad idea. That money is there for your retirement.
Oh, retirement. My grandpa did that once.
Lights down, stage right. Lights up, stage left.
Perhaps it would help if we review some of your progress.
I guess.
Okay, you remember a few weeks ago when I challenged you to go out of your way to help someone?
I tried to help an old lady take her groceries to the car.
Right. Not only did you do a good deed, which boosted your self-confidence, but you also interacted with someone new.
And then she hit me with her cane because she thought I was robbing her.
But afterward?
I yelled that I was helping her and she thanked me.
Exactly. And what about the previous week when I challenged you to say hello to someone new at the park you go to?
She said hi back, and I asked if I could pet her dog.
See? That was good. You said hello and even took it a step further.
She said no. It was a service dog.
There was no harm in just asking.
That was actually the same week that the stray cat peed on me. Not really a good week to interact with animals.
Lights down, stage left. Lights up, stage right.
So what do you think the investment thing meant?
What have I told you about putting so much stock in horoscopes?
That I shouldn't do it?
Right. And how did I say you should seek guidance?
I don't remember.
Yes, you do. Just concentrate.
Um,
From me, from family, friends.
Piper said that the stars can see my soul.
She's teasing you. Maybe you shouldn't listen to Piper as much.
But she's a friend.
She's a great friend to have.
But you just said I should seek guidance from friends.
Abby pulls her hair.
Okay, let's slow down. What do we do when we are stressed?
I don't remember.
Yes, you do. You can do this.
Girls just wanna have fun.
Abby hums some of the song, occasionally with words she knows. Lights down, stage right. Lights up, stage left.
As you can see, you've come a long way, but there is still much work to be done. I mean, I understand how this can be disappointing for you given your time frame.
I've never needed this many weeks.
I know, but let's think of 15 weeks as a milestone instead of an end. Have you given more thought to attending the mixer next Friday?
Lights up, stage right.
I'm sorry I stressed you out. Let's move on, shall we?
Okay.
There's another mixer this Friday. Are you going?
I'm not ready to be in a whole room full of new people.
I think 15 weeks makes you ready.
I don't know.
Hector, do you think I'm a loser?
No! Why would you ask that?
Piper said that the therapy mixer is full of a bunch of losers.
You should go. I mean, it would be beneficial to interact with peers who are also struggling. Plus, there will be one familiar face there.
Rosemary?
No.
Oh.
Why would Rosemary be there?
Well, we share a cubicle, so I'm very familiar with her face. And you said I would see a familiar face there, so.
I meant me.
Oh, well, obviously, yes, I would see you there.
You seemed to have fun last time. The mixer isn't for losers. It's for a group of like-minded peers who have a hard time stepping out of their comfort zones. The easiest way to practice that is to surround yourself with people who understand what you're going through.
I see.
Well,
Will you see you at the mixer?
Will there be assorted beverages?
Yes. Is there a particular drink you would like?
No, I just like variety. I guess I'll go.
Great.
Great.
Lights down, stage left. Nathan and Linda exit.
What else happened in this eventful week of yours?
I'm getting a new responsibility at work tomorrow. They're trusting me with the mail, getting it, not writing it. And I'm going to get a parrot.
Wow. Why a parrot?
My sidekick said that the parrot is my spirit animal.
Hector gives Abby a look.
I really, really want one.
Blackout. Act 1, Scene 2. Setting. A large room with a few tables and chairs and a long serving table with various drinks and hors d'oeuvres. If the space allows, some entrances and exits should be from the audience. Let's face it, this isn't a movie set. We don't have extras to play our other therapy patients. So let's use the audience, shall we? At rise, Nathan enters. He takes a moment to take stock of the room. The therapy patients are milling about. Nathan feels immediately awkward and out of place. You can tell he's debating entering the room versus leaving the room by the way he nervously glances at the people, then back at the door he entered from. He is almost out the door when Linda swoops in.
Nathan! So glad you could make it. Would you like a drink? We have lots of options.
Sure, yes, that would be fine.
Great.
She crosses with Nathan to the
How
drink
was your
table.
drive in? Not too much traffic, I hope.
No, it was perfectly fine.
Good to hear. We have a pretty good turnout tonight. Luckily, the room is fairly large, so hopefully it won't feel too claustrophobic.
That's true.
We have a few soda options, diet and regular, but I personally recommend the punch. Lindsay made it, and it is very good.
Nathan stares blankly at the table, weighing his options.
Punch will have to do.
Perfect.
Pours him a glass.
You know, Lindsay was telling me how she loves taking her cat to the park.
That's a terrible idea.
Well, she likes to do that. She has a leash for it and everything.
The cat will climb a tree and then she won't be able to get it down, so she'll have to call the fire department, and then our taxes will be raised because of all these overworked firemen having to get all these cats out of all these trees.
Nathan, that's a bit over dramatic, don't you think?
Maybe.
Well, aside from your issue with outdoor cats, I thought you had a lot in common. She goes to the park, reads comic books.
Oh, what kind of comic books?
Let's go find out. Just please don't tell her that you don't like her taking her cat to the park.
But I don't like that she takes her cat to the park.
Okay, but you don't have to say anything about it. That would be rude.
So you want me to lie to her? I think that's worse.
No, just don't bring it up.
Okay, fine. I won't bring it up.
Linda leads Nathan toward Lindsay.
Lindsay! I was just telling Nathan how you like comic books.
Sure.
Well, Nathan reads comic books too.
I collect them.
Well, how many do you have?
About 13,000. 55 long boxes. They weigh a ton. Literally. Each box is 50 pounds.
Hector approaches them.
Linda, we're running low on Diet Coke. Where do we have extra?
It's over here. I'll show you. I'll be back.
I don't own very many. I mostly borrow from a friend.
Have you read Deadpool?
No.
What about Black Science?
I've heard of that one.
Oh, okay. Well, what's your favorite?
Bitch Planet. Have you read it?
Yeah.
Well, isn't it great? I always thought there should be more feminist comic books other than Wonder Woman. Although Wonder Woman is rather scantily clad for it to be considered feminist. Some feminists, though, think dressing like that is empowering. It's all very confusing, so I usually just smile and nod.
Nathan smiles and nods.
I like the idea of a women's team battling a men's team, like they do in Bitch Planet. I don't really know how to fight, though, so I have no idea if they're doing it right.
Park.
What?
I heard from Linda that you go to the park.
I do. Rolling Hills.
Oh, Cherry Grove.
Do you have a pet?
No, but I think an animal would find me pretty boring.
I have a cat. She sleeps all day.
You don't have a job?
I do. I work.
Then how do you know she sleeps all day?
Well, that's all she does when I'm home. So.
Well, that's unusual. Your cat probably thinks you're boring.
She does not. I take her on walks. Most cat owners just leave them indoors.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up. I really don't think that your cat should be the reason my taxes are raised.
What?
Cats getting stuck in way too many trees these days because of irresponsible owners like you.
I don't like talking to you.
She walks away.
Oh, thanks for the punch.
Nathan looks around awkwardly again, sighs, drains his punch, goes back to the refreshment table. Turk swoops in and makes himself a drink. He pulls out a small bottle and spikes his drink. He notices Nathan staring at him.
Rum or whiskey?
Sorry?
Don't be sorry, just pick one.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm nervous enough as it is.
Suit yourself.
Nathan grabs a Coke or whatever the actor wants. Who cares, really? He's not thirsty. He's just using it so he has something to do with his hands.
Should you be doing that? Since it's a therapy function?
Why not? I'm not in therapy because I'm an alcoholic. It's basically impossible for me to get drunk.
Oh, I read that alcohol tolerance is due to a high level of alcohol dehydrogenase in your system.
Pause. Turk is giving him a look.
It breaks down the alcohol you consume. A high level means that you have a lot of enzymes breaking down the toxin.
Take your word on it, Brainiac. I'm Turk.
I'm Nathan. Do you engage in physical pleasantries?
What?
Nathan holds out his hand to shake.
Well, and I was hoping you weren't one of the weird ones.
Weird?
Yeah, man. I can't stand all these dorks. I'm basically the only one in school here. So,
Yeah. What dorks?
Yeah. My therapist makes me come to these. So.
Yeah, me too. Linda has been harassing me weekly about this event.
You have Linda too? Man. Isn't she such a hottie?
Turk faces out toward Linda. Leaning back against the table, Nathan copies his posture.
Yeah. She has an attractive physique.
I want to know her story, you know. It's always, tell me about your week, Turk. Tell me how you feel. Well, what about your week, Linda? How do you feel?
Yeah, she never really opens up. Feels hypocritical.
She just looks like she has a story.
Her crow's feet seem to indicate that...
It's a very dirty story.
Well, I don't know about that.
You see, Linda and I have a very complicated relationship.
How so?
We met in court about a year ago.
Wait, court-mandated therapy?
He swears that our pairing was an assignment, but I believe it was an act of God.
Well, what did you do?
She says it's unethical to date a patient, but I can tell it's tearing her up inside. You should see the way she looks at me.
Did you punch him? Did you rob someone?
I hate that the laws of ethics are holding us back, but what can I do? Can't afford for her to lose her job and license. How else would she support me?
Turk notices Nathan standing several feet away.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I'm sorry, I don't associate with criminals.
Relax, it was just a misdemeanor.
Nathan relaxes a bit.
You're missing the point. No one can appreciate Linda the way I do. I mean, look at all the guys hanging around and not a single one has snuck a peek at her ass.
Shakes his head in disappointment while staring at her ass.
Sure, look at all these dweebs who haven't had sexual thoughts about their own therapists.
So what's your story? You got a girl?
Oh, no, I don't think girls like me. In fact, people don't really care for me, but especially not girls.
Yeah, I can see that.
Thanks.
Yeah. I think I can help you, but you're going to have to experiment a bit.
Oh, I love experiments. What's our hypothesis?
How do we get women to like you?
That's not a hypothesis. It's supposed to be an if-then statement.
Just answer the question.
Okay, well, according to research, subconsciously we detect the pheromones of the opposite sex, which stimulates...
Stop! Do you always do that?
Do what?
Translate everything into geek.
Oh, I didn't know how else to answer the question.
Of course you didn't. Oh boy, lucky for you, the girls here aren't normal chicks. They're therapy chicks. Low self-esteem, much easier to handle.
I have low self-esteem.
Obviously. But you have something they don't.
A prostate?
A wingman.
Oh, okay. I don't know about...
Now listen, what was your name again?
Nathan.
Nathan. Nah. I'm going to call you Nate.
What's wrong with Nathan?
What's wrong with Nate?
That's not my name.
Nate has a better ring to it.
Nathan isn't musical enough for you?
We can make it into a thing, like Nate playing checkmate with the ladies.
I corner them?
You win them over. Steal their hearts. Yeah.
Well, I don't think I need a girlfriend. Maybe just a friend or tolerable acquaintance.
No, man. You need to work on getting a girl. You're not getting any prettier. Man.
Well,
trust me. Let's go work the floor. Come on.
I don't think that's a...
Turk drags him over to Beth.
These chicks are not especially attractive, so the key is to turn their flaws into compliments. Right? Watch and learn. Well, hello there. I'm loving your brown dress. It really brings out the brown in your eyes and that dark spot on your cheek. Yeah.
My mole?
Sure, that's what you want to call it. I'm Turk.
Yeah, I know.
Ah, so my legend has been passed around, I see.
No, you hit on me on last month's mixer, except that you told me that my red shoes complimented my rash.
which is still quite nice. Yeah.
It's rosacea, and I'm not interested.
Oh, I'm not wanting you to date me. No, you're not my type, but I would like you to meet my associate, Nate.
Nathan waves awkwardly.
Hi.
Nate here is a physicist.
So I'm not a physicist.
He knows all about chemistry and the laws of nature.
Well, I know some, but it's actually been a while since I've taken.
Perhaps we can kindle some chemistry with you.
You don't kindle chemistry. That doesn't even make sense.
Okay, I'm confused.
I'm an accountant. I can help you with your taxes or new business venture.
He can calculate the ways to steal your heart.
Metaphorically.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Beth walks away.
That's all right. That's all right. The first one is always tough when you're getting back into the game.
Well, you did most of the talking.
Did you want to?
No. Just tell them I'm an accountant next time.
Spotting Linda.
Linda.
Nathan and Turk cross toward Linda and Hector.
Hello, Turk.
Hey, you are looking exquisite this evening.
Thank you. Are you enjoying yourself, Nathan?
I'm doing well.
Good. Careful with this one. Don't get into too much trouble.
Well, Linda, Nate here is in excellent hands with me.
Happy you have a new friend, Nathan.
Listen, Linda, I can ditch the geek and we can get out of this lame party. What do you say? I could really use an emergency session.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Turk, do we really need to continue this discussion? You know it's inappropriate.
I'm just tired of these games, Linda.
How am I supposed to watch and learn if you just leave?
I just appreciate our friendship too much, Turk. Nathan, have you met Dr. Pace?
Oh, no. Hello.
Call me Hector. Hello, Nathan. Nice to see you again, Turk.
I get that a lot.
Hector is one of my colleagues. His clients are here tonight, too.
Oh, that explains the variety.
So, Nathan, Linda tells me you're an accountant at R&G Network?
Yes, one of three.
Do you like working there?
I suppose.
Who likes work, really?
No comment. How's the mechanic business coming?
Why? Is your car not running?
It's running, although one of the belts is squeaking. I may swing by and have you take a look at it.
Do what you want. Nate, we're making no progress here. Let's go. Linda, until next time.
Nice to meet you.
Who can we... Here we go.
He crosses with Nathan over to Lindsay. Nathan stops Turk.
She talks to cats. She walks cats.
She walks cats? Like a dog?
Nathan nods.
Thank God for therapy. Here we go.
They cross to Abby.
Hey, I think we met briefly at the last mixer. I may have forgotten your name, but I'd never forget a pretty face like that. I'm Turk.
Abby.
You were looking exquisite tonight, Abby.
Thank you. Who's your friend?
That's Nate.
Nathan.
Listen.
Turk puts his arm around Abby.
Why don't I ditch the geek and we can get out of here?
Piper enters.
Leave her alone, Turk.
Peter Piper, always a pleasure.
Turkentine. Still desperate as always.
Just desperate to get close to you, babe.
Gross. Who's the geek?
Well, wait a minute.
That's insanely rude. You don't even know him and you're already calling him names?
You literally just called him a geek 2 seconds ago.
Friends are allowed to rag on each other.
Are you insinuating that we're friends?
No. Why would
you rag on me every time I see you?
Well, that's...
Geek.
Extends hand.
Piper. You chose this guy? Blink twice if you're in trouble.
Now, hold on.
You're doing a lot of nervous twitching, but no blinking. I'm assuming all clear?
Piper.
Clear.
Good. You got a name?
Nathan.
Nathan. Nathaniel. I like it.
He goes by Nate.
I go by Nathan.
No, that won't work. Let's go with Nathaniel.
Piper, you can't just go changing the man's name.
Whatever do you mean, Turkentine?
Look, I've been working really hard to get Nate here in with the in crowd.
So you chose Nate? And who's the in crowd at a therapy mixer?
Nate sounds cool.
Nate sounds like you got something caught in your throat. Nathaniel sounds regal. It demands respect. And look at him. He's going to need all the respect he can get.
I'm not calling him Nathaniel.
So call him Nate. Ruin his life. I don't care. So, what are you in for, Nathaniel?
In for?
Why therapy?
Oh, that's a long, complicated answer.
Not really. Turk's in for stalking his ex. I'm in for trying to kill myself. Abby's in for eating her hair.
Actually, it's pulling my hair.
Whatever. You?
I'm in because no one knows I exist.
And you think Linda cares you exist?
Well, I'm hoping that she'll help me be more social.
Interesting.
Look, Piper, we're trying to get Nate here a lady friend.
Why?
Why? Didn't you just hear? The man is lonely.
And you think sex will make him feel acknowledged?
Hey, you're ruining it. Don't listen to her, Nate.
You asked Abby to leave with you. How would that help Nathaniel?
I wasn't actually gonna leave it.
Piper, just mind your own business.
Because if you ditched him for Abby, he would have been by himself again.
Don't want to.
It's not the point, Abby.
2 words. Ground work.
I'm not following.
This is making me uncomfortable.
I get Abby all warmed up so that Nate here can swoop in for the kill.
Kill?
If Nathaniel wanted to ask Abby out, I'm sure he doesn't need you to warm her up, whatever that means.
Well, okay, we just met, okay? So I don't think it's necessary to...
Socially. Warm her up socially. Get the conversation started.
And your first move is to ask if you two can ditch the geek?
Abby, do you want to go to the janitor's closet with me?
No, thank you.
I shouldn't stoop to a 3-way. She's all yours, Nate.
Nice hole you dug there, Turkinator.
Look, I didn't come here to find a girl.
What's wrong with girls?
Nothing. I just didn't come here to date a girl.
Oh, because your boyfriend will get jealous?
Whoa. Nate is all about the ladies.
Really? I think you two are cute together.
Oh, I'm not.
Whoa. I just said I don't date 3s.
What about you, Abby? You date 3s?
Well, I don't want to say that he's a...
Oh, so you think he's cute?
I don't need to...
So you don't want to go on a date with him?
This is really making me uncomfortable.
Come on, Abby. Tell us what you really think.
Well, I don't really want to, but Hector's always telling me to take risks, so sure. I will go out with you. Nathan?
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel. I guess just let me know when.
Thursday night, 7 o'clock. Meet here in the parking lot.
Okay, well, see you then.
Let's go, Abby.
Piper and Abby exit.
Woo! Way to go, dude. Yeah.
What just happened?
My man Nate got a date. I could use this. Hey, Linda! Nate and Abby are going out Thursday. You want to make it a double?
Turk crosses to Linda.
3?
Looks down at himself.
Yeah, okay.
Blackout. Act 1, Scene 3. Setting: Hector's office. At Rise, Piper and Hector are seated.
And what I'm saying is that she had it coming.
Aggression is not a solution for conflict.
Tell that to the U.S. military.
Piper.
Hey, I love the military. Bin Laden wasn't cured by talking to some guy with a clipboard.
Bin Laden is dead.
Exactly.
Stands up.
Good session, Coach. I think we made some real progress with this one.
Sit back down, Piper.
Finally ready to open up and swap war stories?
Piper sits.
Piper, your parents and I are concerned that...
Whoa, my parents? What happened to client, whatever, confidentiality?
I haven't told them anything. They reached out to me.
You didn't have to listen.
They didn't tell me anything that I didn't already know.
Bossing her around in person isn't enough. Let's have old Heckler do the talking for us.
Piper, my point is that you have a lot of people in your life who care about you, and we're worried that you're developing anger issues, especially after this incident.
Hey, sometimes you have to be a hard ass so you don't get stepped on. You want to know who taught me that? My father.
What do you mean?
He never backed down from a fight.
Was he aggressive towards you?
He never physically abused me, if that's what you're digging for.
I'm not digging. I'm just trying to understand. What do you mean when you say he is a hard ass?
He didn't let other people get in the way of what he wanted. I acted exactly how he would have in my situation, but apparently he has a problem with that? Jeez. I'm not going to let people walk all over me. Okay, not anymore.
Anymore?
Long story short, I'm not as soft as I used to be. People take advantage of that shit.
I don't think you should let people take advantage of you either.
So then what's the problem?
You pushed a grocery store employee and got kicked out of the store.
She told me they were out of strawberry Twizzlers, but I could see an unopened box stacked on top of the shelves. I tried to be nice at first, but it didn't work. She calls me bipolar and I'm the one who's hung out to dry? Give me a break.
Did pushing her solve your problem?
Wait, she wasn't listening. What was I supposed to do? Curl up and get trampled?
No, Piper, you walk away. You let the manager know. You take your business elsewhere.
Well, that's not a very satisfying option. It feels like giving up.
You're not giving up. You're rising above the pettiness of the situation. She called you bipolar. So what? That doesn't mean you should have pushed her.
Maybe she liked it.
Piper.
How the hell did she know?
She didn't know. She was just being a jerk.
It was a very specific insult. Maybe she was projecting because she's bipolar too. Hey, do I get a gift card or something for referrals?
No.
Shame. You get a lot more business that way.
It's not really an ethical approach to finding clients.
You're a loss, Heckler. How much time now?
Just a few more minutes.
I have urgent business to attend to.
You forgot to feed your bearded dragon.
No.
Your medieval weapons class was pushed up an hour. Your friend is dying of hypochondria.
Is that all you have written down? My excuses to leave early?
Well,
Flipping through
your
his notebook.
brain can't hold any more sadness. You left your reciprocating saw running. You have to pick up your brother from soccer practice.
Okay, now that one,
You don't have a brother.
I was going to say that that's the only one that worked. First session. You are so cute and naive.
What is it this time, Piper?
Abby, she needs me.
Is she dying?
Worse, she's going on a date.
Well, good for her.
With Turk's friend.
You seem to really dislike Turk.
Yeah, well, I know guys like him. Abby doesn't.
What do you mean guys like him?
You know, womanizer type. Cocky. Kind of stupid.
So you're afraid Abby will get hurt?
Yeah, I mean, she's a decent girl and I don't want her to get screwed over.
I think it's wise to pursue any relationship with some caution, but she could also be missing out on something great if she's too close-minded.
Free meals.
Love.
What do you know about love, Heckler? You've been divorced like 7 times.
I've been divorced once.
Really? But you're like 80.
And on that note, our time is up. You're free to go.
Sweet. Time to teach Abby a thing or two about dating testosterone-riddled males.
Piper is almost out the door. Then she ducks her head back in.
Hey, Coach.
Yes,
I was just kidding about the 80 thing.
I know.
Clearly you're 65.
Bye, Piper.
Later, Heckler.
Blackout. Act 1, Scene 4. Setting. Stage right is Nathan's living room. Stage left is Abby's living room. At Rise, Nathan and Abby are in their living rooms. Nathan texting.
Greetings, Turk. This is Nathan.
Backspace.
Nate. I regret to... No.
Backspace.
This is Nathan. I regret to inform you that I will be unable to attend this evening's event activities. Blatant setup. Activities. I am feeling a little bit under the weather, and I don't wish to get you or the lovely Miss Abby What if he tries to reschedule?
Backspace.
I have decided to take an oath of celibacy and will no longer be requiring your assistance in finding a suitable mate. If you will kindly inform Miss Abby of my deepest regrets in canceling tonight, I appreciate your dedication to this cause. I wish you the best of luck in finding a new client. No, companion. Finding a new project. Warmest regards, Nathan.
Lights up stage left. Abby's apartment living room. Abby is standing in her living room, phone in hand. Abby texting.
Hey, Piper. I don't want to date a 3.
Lights up on Nathan's apartment. Turk bangs on Nathan's door.
Hey, open up.
Oh, no.
Nathan goes to the door and opens it. Turk barges in.
Ready to do some prep work?
Did you not get my text?
Yeah, but I didn't read it.
Well, if you had, you would have seen that
Yeah. It would have been some bullshit excuse for why you can't go on a date tonight. Do you really want me to read it?
It's not bullcorn.
Bullshit? All right. I'll check it out.
He pulls his phone out and reads the text.
So what religion did you join?
Catholicism.
You're going to be a priest?
A monk.
Do they even have those anymore?
They're going back to their roots.
Don't monks sing in front of people?
Some just write manuscripts in damp rooms.
Is that necessary?
The dampness?
The manuscripts? With modern technology and all?
Oh, well, it's just not the same without that personalized touch of a handwritten manuscript. I, for one...
Nice try, buddy. I'm not giving up on this project so easily.
Turk, I didn't ask you to do this.
I know, but you didn't have to ask. Linda will be so proud. I'm doing one of those acts of servitude things she keeps talking about.
What I mean is, I didn't ask her out. I never indicated that I wanted a date.
No, but you did indicate that you wanted to hang out with me, and dating is one of my favorite pastimes.
Now, wait, hold on.
Now, trust me, dude. Sometimes you got to sink a little before you learn how to swim. This will make other socializing nonsense much easier.
Look, that... Oh, darn it. That actually does make sense.
Smart and pretty. It is a wonder I'm still single.
Turk, I haven't been on a date in years. Okay, women don't like me.
Lucky for you, Nate, that's why I'm here. To provide you with the metaphorical floaties and snorkel, so even you can survive the dating pool. Yeah? Now, let's identify specifically what women don't like about you.
Oh, thanks.
Close. We'll start there. This your bedroom?
Turk exits to bedroom.
Yeah.
Looks down at what he's wearing.
Yeah, he's gonna hate what he finds in there.
Nathan exits to bedroom. Back to Abby's apartment. Piper knocks on the door.
Abby! Abby, 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 Abby!
Abby opens the door.
Abby!
I'm not up for this.
Well, yeah, but a free meal is a free meal.
I don't even know where he's taking me.
You don't have any allergies, do you?
No.
Then you should be fine. He doesn't seem dumb enough to take you out for fast food.
Turk is probably helping him.
If he takes you to a strip club, call me and I'll come get you.
What am I supposed to say to the guy?
I don't know. Science and stuff.
Like gravity?
That's it. That's all you know about science?
Does astronomy count?
Yeah, that's a hell of a lot better than gravity.
I'm a Gemini. If he's a Sagittarius or Aquarius, then the date should go just fine.
Piper is giving her a look.
What?
Maybe you should stick to gravity.
But how else am I supposed to know if we're compatible?
Try surviving one date with the geek, and if you get gushy feelings about him the next morning, then you can think about Aquarius and Sagittator.
Sagittarius.
Whatever. Okay, makeup? What kind of look are you going for? Come hither or back off?
Something in between?
Huh. You can pet my dog, but don't pet me?
Sure.
Piper and Abby exit to the bedroom. Turk and Nathan enter. Nathan is wearing a red Star Trek t-shirt, slacks, and a long trench coat.
Is all this really necessary?
What's wrong with it?
Most of this stuff is from cosplays I've done.
Is it?
Reveals the Star Trek symbol on his shirt.
Star Trek?
That was the only shirt you had that doesn't make you look like a dork.
The trench coat is Doctor Who.
I needed something to cover up the symbol on your shirt. Looks like this is as good as we're gonna get, except,
Turk gets hair gel and sticks Nathan's hair up in a mohawk spiky do.
Okay, this feels ridiculous.
Say something cool.
Have you met me?
Say, hey, baby, how you doing tonight?
Hey, baby, how are you doing tonight?
We'll work on it. Take these.
He hands Nathan condoms.
What? No!
Nate, what if she really likes you?
A gentleman doesn't engage a lady physically too quickly.
What if she's a dud and you never want to see her again?
Well, if she's a dud, then why would I want to have relations with her?
Have relations? Oh, God. I'm going to have to start from the beginning. Okay. You see, when a man and a woman really like
Look,
each
I know
other-
how sex works, okay? I meant that I don't want to have a one-night stand.
Have you ever had one before?
Well, no, but
they're awesome.
I will go on this date, but I will not need these.
He hands the condoms back to Turk.
Fine. But don't complain to me when you want her to shut up, but it's too early to end the date.
You really think she'll talk the whole time?
Women do that.
That would be wonderful.
What?
Well, if she talks the entire time, then I won't have to say much because I have no idea what to say to her.
I can help with that. Start with shopping and hobbies. It's light and easy to talk about after you've exhausted those topics. Ask if her soul is in good health.
Her soul.
Yeah, spiritual shit makes you seem sensitive and like you actually care about her. You know.
Well, maybe I will actually care about her.
It's cute.
Look, have you ever asked Linda about her soul?
Very first session. She turned the question back around on me, which I later learned was not an attempt at flirting.
Piper and Abby enter.
I don't know if I'm ready to go on a date again. I already had to delete my online profile because guys kept sending me pictures of themselves.
Boys are disgusting.
Except for this one guy who invited me to go fishing. I almost agreed, but then I remembered people talking about how catfishing was bad, so I didn't want to chance it.
You think he was directly telling you that he was catfishing you?
I'm not sure what kind of fish we were going to catch. He didn't say.
I am so happy to know you're no longer online dating.
Thank you.
Okay, what if we practiced for this date? Role play a little.
Role play?
Yeah, it may ease your nerves. I'll be Nathaniel. You can practice what you're going to say to him.
Okay.
Why, hello, Abby. How lovely to see you.
Hi, Nathaniel.
This menu selection looks appetizing.
Where are we?
I don't know, seafood restaurant?
I like seafood.
And order chicken.
We don't have chicken.
Then we'll tell him no seafood places, okay? That's not the point. Any interesting newspaper articles that you've read lately?
I read an article about a giant cat.
I'm allergic to cats.
Okay.
That's it?
I can't date him if he's allergic to cats.
But for today, you have to keep the conversation going. Try not to be disagreeable. Is this what you did on your last date?
No, he did most of the talking.
Well, Nathan may not say much because he's going to be nervous as hell.
I'm nervous as hell.
So you're just going to spend the whole night staring at each other?
No, I'm bringing a book.
Abby pulls a book out of her purse.
Why are you bringing a book?
In case I get bored.
You can't just whip out a book when you're bored on a date. That's rude.
I'll bring one for him too.
Abby exits into her bedroom. Turk and Nathan are practicing, kind of like I do with my makeup pillow, but less weird.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
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 Maybe we should try something else. Try, hey, sugar lips, I am ready for dessert.
There is no possible way that I can make that sound believable.
Fine, I'll think of something else.
Can I just say something normal?
Normal doesn't dazzle.
Well, it doesn't embarrass.
All right. Shoot me an example of what you consider normal.
Hello, Abby. You're looking well this evening.
Okay. Let me tweak it just a little bit. Trust me. Say, hey, Abby.
Hey, Abby.
You're looking fine.
You're looking fine.
You're looking fine.
You're looking fine.
You got to say it with attitude. You're looking fine.
You're looking fine.
Hallelujah! We have improvement. Seriously, dude, it'll work. Trust me.
Hey, Abby. You're looking fine.
You got everything you need for tonight?
He checks his pockets.
Almost.
Nathan exits into his bedroom. Abby enters with a bigger book bag.
Have you ever done online dating?
Fat chance. Here, you need lipstick.
She hands Abby lipstick.
Whatever happened to that one guy that I met that one time at your birthday party?
He caught feelings for some other girl.
That's too bad. He seemed nice.
Yeah. Well, who needs him?
She looks at Abby's outfit.
I feel like something's missing.
Oh, it's okay, Piper. You might feel empty now, but one day the right guy will come along.
Something's missing with your outfit. Let's see if you have a jacket that would work.
Okay. If you take one out, though, and decide to put it back, make sure it goes back in the same spot.
Piper and Abby exit into Abby's bedroom. Nathan enters.
All right, ready to go?
Oh, boy. Okay, is my tie on straight?
Why did you put the bow tie back on?
My mother always says that a gentleman wears a tie when he wants to look presentable.
Has she dated in the 21st century?
Well, I certainly hope not. It would not please my father.
Lose the tie.
But
Lose it. Trust me. Let's go.
Turk exits out the front door. Nathan takes the tie off, almost sets it on the desk, thinks twice about it, then stuffs the bow tie into his pocket. Nathan exits out the front door. Abby enters from her bedroom, wearing a jacket.
Are you and Turk going to go on a date?
What? No, why would you even ask that?
Because you're both coming to the parking lot with me and Nathaniel.
And then I plan to go home.
Have you dated him before?
He's not my type. Any guy who's not an idiot. You ready to go?
Boy.
What's wrong?
I'm scared. What if he chews really loud?
Then we'll get you some earplugs. Let's go.
Piper and Abby exit out the front door. Blackout. Act 1, Scene 5. Setting. Bare stage. A parking lot. If you want to stress out your scenic designer, have cars on stage. Be bold. If you like your scenic designer, then you should not include cars. They're totally unnecessary to the scene. At Rise, Piper and Abby are already on stage. Nathan and Turk enter.
All right, make way for the one, the only,
Turk.
Nate, the Great.
You're late.
Are we?
I told you.
You said 7 o'clock. It's 7:30.
You've been here since 7?
Turk.
What? You know, normally chicks need extra time for, prepping. So I assumed you wouldn't even be here till 8:30. Don't blame me. Blame your gender.
You are such an asshole.
Hey, now. Hey, do you think I'm an asshole?
A little.
Okay. Everybody stop attacking Turk now, please.
What the hell is he wearing?
Hey, Nate looks classy as hell. Well, not classy, but better than normal.
He looks like he's either going to kill me or sell me a watch.
Don't insult my work. You ready?
Turk encourages Nathan to approach Abby.
Hey, Abby, you're looking adequate.
Fine. You're looking fine.
Oh, jeez.
Adequate. You don't tell a woman she looks adequate.
I couldn't remember what you told me to say. Look, in my defense, adequate and fine are synonyms.
You say fine, but you don't mean fine. You mean hot.
How would I know that? This wouldn't have happened if you would have just let me say something normal. What? Fine? You mean hot?
All right. You ruined it. Go in with your normal, boring line.
Hello, Abby. You look well this evening.
Thank you.
Well, as much fun as that was to watch, we have got to get a move on. What exactly is the game plan for tonight?
Well, I was hoping we could enjoy a nice meal.
In a restaurant?
Yes, of course. We could have some nice conversation about our hobbies. Then I'll drive Abby home. I filled up my car right after work today, so we should be prepared.
I don't live far from here.
The restaurant isn't far from here either.
It's not seafood, is it?
No. Did you want seafood?
Piper.
What?
He asked about seafood.
Hey, man. She's not into seafood, all right?
Oh, I wasn't going to take her to a seafood restaurant.
He asked if I wanted seafood, and I didn't know what to say because you told me not to be disagreeable.
Abby, you're allowed to have an opinion. Just say no.
No.
Okay, no seafood.
I don't want to be anywhere near catfish.
Oh, okay.
And I like cats, and you're not going to change my mind about that.
Oh, I wouldn't ask you to dislike cats. Did you know that it's believed that cats were originally domesticated in ancient Egypt? They worshipped cats too. That's why they have so many statues of them.
Really? Egypt sounds awesome.
They even mummified some of them. You don't take your cats on walks, do you?
No. Who would do that?
You'd be surprised.
This might not be a bad match after all.
Do you like parrots? I'm getting one.
You know, I actually don't know much about parrots, except they can live for over 80 years.
No tricks up his sleeve?
Trust me.
Turk pulls out a lot of condoms from his pocket.
I have tried.
What the hell, Turk? Let me see.
Look, I don't intend to,
Me neither.
Okay, thank goodness.
You have quite the selection here, Turkentine.
I like to give the ladies some choices.
Does this one actually change colors?
Oh, yeah. I didn't pay attention to the label the first time, and I thought she gave me a disease or something.
How long is this supposed to take?
The date? I'm not sure. I was wondering the same thing, actually.
Piper said that if we can stay until 10, then we've put in a good effort and we can call it quits.
10 sounds like a lovely goal.
Hey, so I'm going to need a ride home.
Why do all of these say small on them?
Later, Nate. Text me tomorrow.
Turk exits. Piper stuffs the condoms into her purse
Bye, you guys. Have fun.
Piper exits.
Shall we?
Nice beetle.
Oh, mine's behind the beetle.
Oh.
Blackout and intermission. Act 2, Scene 1. Setting: Nathan's apartment. At Rise, Nathan and Abby enter Nathan's apartment. Nathan has his bow tie back on.
I still can't believe that one small rodent can shut down an entire kitchen. It's a shame, too. I usually have such a nice meal at Percy's Asian and Latin cuisine.
So we're gonna order pizza?
Sure. How do you take yours?
I'm not picky.
Okay.
Nathan goes to the desk drawer and pulls out takeout menus. Abby sits on the couch.
You know, pizza's kind of a funny thing. Is it American? Is it Italian?
I thought it was Italian.
Yeah, but it's kind of both. I mean, I don't know any Italians who put barbecue sauce on their pizza.
He dials the pizza place.
Greetings, sir. I would like to put in an order for 1 large pizza, please. Cheese and pepperoni. And do you have any black olives?
I don't like black olives.
Because you should just throw those right in the trash. Yeah, cheese and pepperoni. That's all. Oh, that's Nathan Melbourne. You should have my information already. Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
He hangs up.
It should be here in 30 minutes.
Nathan sits next to Abby on the couch. Nathan notices she is still wearing her jacket.
Can I take your coat?
Sure, thanks.
Abby stands up, and Nathan helps her get out of her jacket.
Aren't you gonna take off yours?
Oh, I suppose I should.
Nathan starts to take his coat off, sees the Star Trek symbol, and then puts it back on.
No, actually, I just remembered that Turk forbade me from taking it off because it completes the ensemble.
Aren't you gonna get hot?
I've been told that beauty and pain are occasionally synonyms.
Nathan takes Abby's coat and walks away from the couch as if he's going to the closet. Stops.
You know, I don't actually have a coat closet. I would, but I keep my action figures and other collectibles in what would be traditionally called the coat closet, and it's kind of cramped in there.
Action figures?
Collectibles, mint condition, and comic books. Although that's not my entire collection. I have boxes of comic books in the spare room and under my bed. Most people joke about having monsters under their bed, but for me, it's actually true because so I don't have a coat closet. Do you want it back?
Sure.
Abby takes her coat and holds it. Nathan slumps on the couch.
So, you said you like beads.
Uh-huh.
Do you make necklaces out of them?
And bracelets.
And bracelets. You know, the interest in jewelry originated as a psychological need to attract a mate, similar to how peacocks will display their feathers. You know, visual stimulus to lure the opposite sex. Although, I suppose that's not why you do it. Do you use string?
And wire sometimes.
Oh, how stiff. And I guess you go shopping to get those things.
Yeah. I don't know how else I could get them.
Oh, of course. How's your soul doing?
My soul?
I guess.
I didn't check this morning. Would it be rude to check now?
I don't think so. I mean, if it's necessary to answer the question.
Okay.
Pulls out her phone.
Let's see. Here we go. Gemini. You need to send a clear, firm message about what you can tolerate in your partner. Lay down the law so that they understand what you expect these days.
Oh, is there something I can do to make your visit more satisfactory?
Peace is fine.
Okay.
Do you want me to read yours?
Oh, I checked mine this morning and it predicted stress. Lots and lots of stress. Linda told me that it's good to listen to nature, even the sounds of your own backyard. It's important to make your day-to-day place your happy place.
He crosses to the window and opens it.
Luckily, I live in such a nice neighborhood. Ah, the bustling city.
We hear cars passing, dogs barking, etc. Nathan sits on the couch. They listen, and Nate perks up when he hears birds chirping, then dogs barking, then a gunshot and a woman screaming. Nathan jumps off the couch.
Okay, that's enough of that.
He slams the window shut.
You okay?
I don't know.
I thought you said this was a nice neighborhood.
Oh, it is. It's a pretty neighborhood. It's unfortunate that's riddled with crime.
Oh, boy.
Abby lays on the floor on her back and begins humming Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
What are you doing?
Hector says that whenever I feel overwhelmed, it's healthy to do relaxation exercises.
I don't think you're supposed to do that around other people.
Never specified that.
Abby closes her eyes and hums again. Nathan slumps in disappointment. After a while, Nathan hums along with Abby and builds in vigor, joining in with lyrics, air drums, etc. Abby stops, gives him a look. Nathan stops and mutters an apology. Abby hums again, and Nathan slumps again, bored and awkward. After a few beats, Abby sits up.
All better?
We agreed that we should stay till 10, so until then,
She fishes out an I Spy book out of her purse.
you can read this.
I Spy?
I thought Where's Waldo might be too simple.
Nathan looks bewildered, then reluctantly opens the I Spy book. Blackout. Act 2, Scene 2. Setting: a cubicle. We see the back wall of the cubicle and 2 desks, making 3 sides of a rectangle. At Rise, Nathan is sitting at his desk, stage right. Rosemary is sitting at her desk, stage left, their backs to each other. Nathan is mulling over paperwork. Piper pops up over the back of the cubicle.
What up, geek? You're looking adequate this morning.
Piper, what are you doing here?
So how was the date last night?
How do you know where I work?
I followed you.
Why would you do that?
I'm nosy.
Nathan.
Sorry, Rosemary.
Hey, what did he look like when he first came in this morning? Chipper or kind of sad looking?
I don't care.
I respect that. I'm Piper.
And?
I like you. Hey, you want to go frustrate some priests after work?
Nathan.
Piper!
Sorry.
Piper, you can't be here.
But the front door says welcome.
Why did you follow me?
Well, it started with tequila and the Twilight Zone reruns, then insomnia, and oh, also, I work 3 suites over, but I don't have to be until 9, so I thought I'd hang out here with you till then. The coffee any good here?
You work in the same building.
Yeah, I noticed you leaving work a few days ago. What kind of place is this anyway?
It's a tech company that specializes. You don't actually care, do you?
Not in the slightest. So, date?
I was going to give this to Linda, but since you're here...
He digs through his bag.
You can return this to Abby.
He hands Piper the I Spy book.
Oh, no.
It was pretty clever of her.
Trust me, Abby is anything but clever.
Ted enters.
Rosemary, can I get the spreadsheet for Who's This?
Ask Nathan.
She's not staying long.
I'm Piper.
I'm Ted. Nice to meet you.
Back at ya. A co-worker or
Supervisor. Friend or family?
lover?
Piper! She's just joking, Mr. Fredericks.
So, what kind of place do you run here?
It's a tech company that specializes in security software for large corporations.
That is so interesting.
Are you looking for a job?
I don't work. My dad died and left me a crap ton of money. I spend most of my time working on investments.
What kind of investments?
Have you ever heard of bouncy castle rat races?
No.
Shoehorns for toddlers?
Piper was just leaving, right, Piper? She just needed to,
I just needed to, return
Rummaging through her purse,
these.
she hands Nathan the condoms she took from Turk.
Oh my God.
Nathan, this little visit is coming out of your break.
Yes, sir.
Rosemary, get me the spreadsheet outlining last year's budget cuts.
Okay.
Ted gives Nathan a funny look and then exits.
Your boss is awesome. He just gave us permission to go knock one out.
Please don't.
We're not going to.
Of course not. Okay, so what happened last night? How did you end up with the book?
I don't know. We ordered in pizza.
Wait, you ordered in pizza? I thought you went to a restaurant.
It got shut down while we were there. Mouse.
Oh my God.
I've never had that problem there before.
Where?
Percy's.
Damn shame.
That's essentially what I said.
You didn't think to go to another restaurant?
You said no seafood.
No seafood? Damn shame.
Especially not catfish.
You don't take a girl you hardly know to your apartment on the first date.
See, I thought of that, but Turk assured me it would be fine. It's highly unlikely that such a shy and fidgety person would be a murderer.
That's exactly the type of person that would be a murderer.
Okay, fine. Okay, so you're at the apartment. What happened?
I ordered pizza.
And
I tried to take her coat, but there was no closet space.
Okay.
And then someone was shot.
What?
Turns around, fully invested now.
What kind of gun?
I don't know.
Did you see the exit wound?
What? No, we were nowhere near it.
I'll check the news.
Rosemary turns back to her computer.
Look, we heard the shot. I shut the window, and Abby started doing relaxation exercises. I tried to join in with her, but she seemed pretty off-put by it.
My God. Taking the books was actually smart.
I thought it was rather uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
What? Hang on, okay? I didn't even want to go on this date in the first place.
Stop being so...
Piper, I don't know how to do this. You know, dating. Piper
exits.
Eric Kaiser was shot in the chest with the G19. They think drugs were involved. They have a suspect, but they're not releasing full details yet.
This is the most I've ever heard you speak.
I'll print the article for you.
Thanks.
Blackout. Act 2, Scene 3. Setting, a coffee shop. At Rise, Turk is sitting at a table. Nathan enters.
Nate, take a load off, man.
Look, I don't know why you insisted on me coming here. I'm not really up for this.
You may not be, but I have time to kill before my lady friend gets here.
Who's the lady friend?
Sandy? Samantha, Sapphire, something with an S, found her on Bender. I don't care.
Bender?
It's a dating app. We should get you signed up, man.
Oh, no. I'm not interested in...
Oh, come on. It'll help you with recouping and damage control and whatnot.
Why? Why do I have to go on another date? I tried it. It didn't work, and I just need to move on.
Think before you swim, man. Perk up. It just starts with online chatting, huh?
I'm not feeling too perky at the moment.
Did you seriously want to get with Abby?
No, not necessarily, but I didn't intend to hurt her either. I definitely didn't mean to upset Piper.
Piper already know. Don't worry about her. She's harmless. All Borden. No axe. You know.
She didn't seem harmless this morning.
What happened this morning?
She found me at work.
Dude, what the hell? What did she do?
She yelled at me for making Abby uncomfortable on our date, if that's what you can even call last night's disaster, and then she stormed out.
What a psycho bitch.
I don't know. Maybe she's right about me. Maybe I'm a pathetic jerk.
Nah, man. Women are crazy. They yell or give you the cold shoulder. Withhold sex even. Until you apologize and change. They have these superiority complexes that suck dry the vibrant souls of men until we're trapped and castrated with a sparkly wedding band. Be strong, Nate. Time to bounce back.
Referring to his phone, filling out an online profile.
Nate. Last name?
Melbourne.
Age?
32.
25.
Do we really have to do this?
Sofia enters.
Location? The here and now.
Turk?
Hey, babe.
Pulls out a chair for her to sit.
You're early. Just couldn't wait to see me live and in person, huh?
It depends. Is that why you're even earlier?
You know it. This is Nate.
I'm Sofia.
Nailed it.
What was that?
You look so sexy.
Yeah. Better in person?
Oh, way better, yeah.
Nathan gets up.
Bye, Turk.
Hold up, Nate, we're not finished yet. Come on.
Did I interrupt something?
Nate here is in a crisis, and we're helping him solve it.
I'll solve it myself, Turk.
Look, I'm helping him with this profile, online dating.
Oh, fun.
Look, I'm just gonna leave you two to your date.
Come on, Nate, she's into it, man.
Fine.
Nathan reluctantly takes his seat.
Body type. Agile serpent. Yeah.
Really?
Sofia takes the phone from Turk.
It's better for a woman to be agile and a man to be sturdy. Sturdy wild Mustang.
Nice. All right.
What are you looking for in a partner?
Well, Nate, what do you look for in a date?
Tolerance. An occasional smile would be nice.
A woman with a radiant smile to match her personality.
Add generous in bed is A+.
No, don't put that.
Fine. Generous and passionate spirit. We'll keep it between us that you expect that in bed. It's fine.
Oh, great.
Okay, next question. What do you enjoy?
Reading comics. I've been working on a research project outlining my family tree.
Inline skating, motocross.
Ooh, and a hot cup of coffee.
Look, none of that sounds like me at all.
We're making you sound dangerous with a warm, sensitive side.
Could you at least change the coffee to tea?
No can do, Nate. Chicks love coffee. And leggings.
And teacup pigs.
Dogs and sweaters.
Dresses with pockets.
Instagram filters.
The color black.
Glitter.
Cats with disabilities.
Tampons.
Sofia gives him a look.
What?
Tampons.
I can count on both feet how many dates I've been on where the chick brought up tampons.
Look, please don't add tampons.
I'm not. I'm just putting, I love volunteering at my local animal shelter.
Bingo.
Turk, I'm sorry to leave so abruptly, but this was a mistake.
Calm down. We'll change it to your boring family tree thing.
Oh, Turk, our friendship, it's a mistake. You keep trying to fix me up, but dating isn't going to solve anything.
Nate.
I think I had it right when I was alone. At least then I could hear myself think.
Come on, Nate, don't be like that. Linda and I think you have a lot going for you,
Look, what does Linda have to do with this?
Look, I'm just saying that you shouldn't give up so easy. I'm trying to help out here, man.
Oh my gosh. Linda, she asked you to do this.
Nate.
This whole time, we weren't friends. I was just an assignment.
It doesn't have to be like that, man. We're bros now.
I have to get out of here.
Nate!
Nathan exits.
Sounds like somebody needs to change his tampon.
Blackout. Act 2, Scene 4. Setting, a park. A bench is center stage. At Rise, Piper is sitting on a park bench. Nathan enters downstage left, notices Piper and stops, contemplates what to do, realizes he has to go this way to get to his car, and tries to make a break for it.
Nathaniel?
You don't see me.
He continues running.
Nathaniel, wait!
He stops.
It's Nathan, okay? It's not Nathaniel, not Nate, Nathan.
Okay. Nathan, what are you doing on this side of town?
I was meeting Turk for... It's nothing important.
He's still corrupting you.
No, not anymore.
Oh, really?
I told him that our friendship was over.
Oh. That's too bad. You two were a cute couple.
Look, thanks. Now, I need to get home and forget these horrendous past 2 days.
He turns to leave.
Hold on a second.
Why? So you can yell at me again?
Don't you think you deserved that?
Don't you think I should have chosen to go on that date? Like, I tried to get out of it multiple times.
That's fair. I'm sorry. I didn't realize how much pressure we put on you.
Really? Well, thanks, Piper. I guess Turk was wrong. You're not really a psycho jerk.
Excuse me?
You know, Turk. You know how Turk is. That is,
Yeah, relax, geek. I'll kill Turk later.
Oh, man, I really shouldn't have told you that he said that.
I thought you said you weren't friends with Turk anymore.
Yeah, I guess not.
I think you should cut him some slack.
Why is that?
Don't get me wrong, Turk is an idiot, but I think he was genuinely trying to help you.
I doubt it. Apparently, he was only befriending me because Linda asked him to.
Really? That's interesting.
So, what's your excuse for talking to me?
You intrigue me.
Oh, great. Okay, so I'm akin to a science experiment to you.
A very pretty science experiment.
Best compliment I've gotten all day. And on that note, I'm going to go.
Nathan starts to exit.
Do you think she was trying to help Turk by sending him to you?
Turk doesn't need me, okay? He can talk to basically anyone.
Oh, really? Okay, name one substantial conversation he has had with someone other than you.
Well, I've seen him talk to you.
And what does he say to me?
I don't know. You're always battling each other out about something. I've seen friends do that.
Every conversation I've had with him has led to trying to get me in the sack. It's some weird defense mechanism with him or something.
Look, I haven't known him that long. I don't know. Maybe you're right.
Trust me, dude, you're way more stable than he is. He needs some balance in his life. Maybe you can change his womanizing ways.
I don't know about that.
Maybe not. But you could try.
What are you doing out here?
I just don't want to go home.
Oh. Why?
I don't like feeling like I'm in a rut. I go to work. I go home. I go to work. I go home.
I guess I've never really thought of that as a rut. More like routine, security.
That's a positive way of looking at it.
It keeps me grounded.
It makes me stir crazy.
Well, we have the exact opposite problem.
Looks like we do.
I'm supposed to break my routine and be social. What's your solution?
Hobbies, people. Mostly I paint. When I don't want to paint, I sit here.
Has it helped? The painting, I mean.
You know how certain things in your life are supposed to make you happy? Every day after work, you go home and paint or think up new projects to paint. You display your artwork. You get compliments. It pushes you. It drives you toward something, a goal. Are you following?
Yeah, I think so.
So once you've completed one project, you'll think of another project to work on, and another and another.
Okay.
I had convinced myself that these projects were making me happy. They didn't care about my social life, family, boyfriends. Later, I realized they were just a distraction for what was really wrong.
What was really wrong?
A lot of things.
Oh.
So where do you go when the one thing that makes you happy is no longer doing its job?
Therapy.
The medicine cabinet?
I'm glad you didn't go through with it.
I tried. After a good stomach pumping, my family put me in therapy. It makes them feel like they're fixing things.
Is it fixing things?
I'm still here, aren't I?
I have a hard time picturing you as depressed. You seem so confident.
Confidence is a mask.
Well, it shouldn't be. It suits you.
Yeah, well, it's easier to be confident than vulnerable. Weaker, but easier.
I think I know what you mean. I find it easier to hide. Stay in my apartment. No one can hurt me if no one sees me.
I wish I could do that. I need more of a distraction or else I'll implode. Well, implode again, I should say.
So, confidence is a distraction.
Sure, confidence, sarcasm, adventures. I feel like I'm running toward this mythical concept called happiness, except the roadmap I was given fell into a swamp and was half eaten by a nymph who flipped me off as she sunk down into the water. Yeah, I can't stop and think. Thinking led me to therapy.
Have you been able to identify what's making you unhappy?
No.
I wish I could do something to help.
Yeah, you really don't want to do.
Why not? Look, I know, I'm just trying to, no, Piper, I didn't mean to, I was just enjoying.
I'll tell Hector to send the check for my next session to you.
Look, I was just enjoying our conversation, that's all.
Nathan, there's a good reason people don't get close to me.
Look, really, lots of people seem to like you.
Yeah, like who?
Well, there's Abby.
Abby hardly knows me.
Rosemary liked you.
Please.
She did. I hardly heard her speak before today, and now she won't shut up.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm always good for a laugh.
Look, I like you.
That won't last.
Well, I bet it will.
Yeah, maybe you're right, geek. Maybe you're so desperate that you'll latch onto anyone.
I don't think you're just anyone.
I mean, you're not the most desirable person on the planet.
I know that.
You have terrible clothes, terrible hair.
Sure.
No social skills.
Yeah.
You're a 3 at best.
That's true.
What the hell are you doing?
I'm agreeing with you.
I'm insulting you.
Maybe so, but that doesn't make anything you said less true.
What? And that's it? You just live with it? You should try and stand up for yourself, geek.
Look, Piper, I'm not depressed because of who I am. I'm depressed because no one seems to like me. Me. I may have a different roadmap to happiness, but that doesn't make me better than you. Just different. I'll be happy when I find someone who likes me in spite of my oddities. I like you, Piper. Maybe at some point you can see yourself the way I do.
Piper leans over and kisses Nathan on the cheek before exiting. Blackout. Act 2, Scene 5. Setting, Turk's apartment. At Rise, doorbell rings and Nathan knocks several times.
Turk!
Turk answers the door wearing pajamas. Nathan is holding a coffee cup.
Dude! It's 8 a.m. on a Saturday. What the hell are you doing here?
I've been up all night and I've been thinking a lot. Coffee?
I thought you drank tea, man.
I do, but I'm trying to understand women.
I'm glad you're finally taking my advice. Can we do this at, I don't know, 3 p.m.?
Okay, look, she kissed me, and I have no idea what to do about it.
Linda? What the hell, man?
No, not Linda. Not Linda. Piper.
Piper? Piper? I didn't think she was into white dudes, man.
Well, she did. She kissed me. I tried to run away from her, but then she made me sit down. She talked about painting, and then she was mean to me, and then she kissed me.
Whoa, slow down, man. You're talking in double time, man.
Look, she called me ugly. I agreed with her, and she kissed me.
Fucking women, man.
I know. Isn't it great?
So let me get this straight. She insults you, and then she just plants one on you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, sort of.
Wait, what sort of? She sort of kissed you, or she sort of insulted you? What's going on?
No, she did both of those things. But in between, I said that no one liked me and that I like having her around, and then she kissed me.
I like having you around? Oh, that's a good one. And then what?
She left. Can I get some water?
Whoa, she kissed you and you didn't do anything, but you gotta get back in there, man.
Right now?
Why? Yes! You gotta get back in there before she realizes what she's done. It's a dangerous thing to let a woman think too much, man.
You really think she will have changed her mind by now?
Unless you pulled some knight in shining armor shit. Definitely. You got a number?
Nathan shakes his head no.
Okay. I have it.
He fishes out his phone and finds Piper's number.
Here.
Turk hands phone to Nathan. Nathan dials the number on his phone.
Call her now.
And say what?
Tell her you made a huge mistake in letting her go last night, and then you've got a surprise for her. Yeah.
What's the surprise?
It's we'll figure that part out later. Just set a time to meet her soon.
Oh boy.
He presses dial.
So how was the kiss? Is it slow and sensual, or hard and passionate? You know?
I don't know. It happened so fast.
Did you kiss her back?
No, I didn't have time.
You didn't have time. It happened at the same time.
Maybe in France.
Points to phone.
Voicemail.
Nate, where exactly did Piper kiss you?
Right here.
Nathan points to his cheek.
Hello, Piper.
No!
Turk tackles Nathan and hangs up the phone.
What did she do that for?
He doesn't like you.
But you just said.
I know what I said. That's before what you just said.
About the kiss?
About the location of the kiss. What the? Unless it leads to kisses on the lips, kisses in the cheek don't mean anything.
They don't? I think it was more than just platonic.
Don't get me wrong. If Linda kissed me on the cheek, I would be through the roof. But I'm not delusional enough to think I made any real progress.
Well, I'm not delusional.
Did she make some sort of profession of love?
Well, no, but I mean, you know Piper. She's not like other girls.
At her raw form, she is.
Well, great. It's too late now. I left her a voicemail.
Half a voicemail.
Well, I can't take that back.
Don't worry. Piper hates people. Okay, she won't.
Nathan's phone rings.
It's Piper. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
Calm down. Tell her. I'm thinking.
Come on, hurry!
Is your refrigerator running? I don't know.
No.
Nathan answers the phone.
Greetings, Piper. How are you this lovely morning? Yes, this is Nathan. I called earlier to cake.
Women love baking.
Baking a cake. I'm baking a cake, and I don't know how. Can you help me?
Tell her you're glad she called. You're glad she
called. I'm glad you called.
Yeah, make your voice deep and sexy.
I said I'm glad you called.
Yeah, tell her she smiles. She smells nice.
You smell nice.
Nathan shoots Turk a look.
My bad. Use that later on in person.
I meant yesterday. Yesterday, when you got close to me, I smelled you, and you were pleasant. It was pleasant. When's the last time you showered?
No!
I have a surprise for you.
Nathan slaps his hand over his mouth.
I give up.
What is it?
Wait and see. Wait and see.
Because that's the point of surprises.
Ask if you can see her tomorrow night.
Can I?
Piper enters stage left. She is in workout clothes.
Can I surprise you tomorrow night?
Ooh, I'm actually leaving town for a few days. What about Wednesday night?
Wednesday?
Looking at Turk.
Yeah, Wednesday will be fine.
Tell her you'll text her when and where later.
I will text you later so that we can coordinate the location and time for said surprise. I look forward to socializing in person again soon.
I look forward to it too.
Wonderful. I shall message you and see you soon.
Sure. Later, geek.
Goodbye.
Nathan hangs up.
That was painful.
That was awesome.
Lights down, stage right. Piper hangs up the phone. Amber passes by.
Hey, sorry to bother you. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
When a guy says he has a surprise for you, what do you think that means?
Is this a boyfriend?
No.
Bender date?
Hell no.
Have you met in person before?
He's an acquaintance, I guess.
First instinct says that it's something sexual.
Well, and normally that's what I would assume, but I don't know. He's different.
Well, some romantic gesture maybe? Does he act like he's into you?
Well, I don't know. I don't really know what his flirting looks like. I'm not used to guys like him.
You're blushing. I think that surprise will be a good thing. Something romantic.
I don't really know how to feel about that. I'm not really the romantic type.
Your cheeks are saying otherwise.
I'm just flushed. You know? Gym, working hard.
Right.
Wait, do you have a guy?
Yeah, about a year now.
Well, okay, how did you know he wasn't going to be a complete waste of time?
When I knew he liked me. All of me. Including, and sometimes in spite of, my faults.
Fuck. Well, thanks for the help.
Amber.
Piper.
Nice to meet you. And good luck with your guy.
Thanks.
Amber exits.
My guy.
Blackout. Act 2, Scene 6. Setting. Linda's office. At Rise, Turk and Linda are seated.
And so he storms out saying basically that we're not friends anymore. I mean, I was just trying to help the guy out, and now he thinks he doesn't need me. But of course, he comes running back.
How did you handle Nathan storming out?
Well, I had a date that night, so I was busy. I'm telling you, Linda, I knew Nate was going to be a bit of a challenge, but it's almost as if he doesn't want to go on these dates, you know?
Right? What if he doesn't want a date?
No, he's warming up to it now. He barged into my apartment the other day, jacked up on caffeine, freaking out over this date with Piper.
Piper? I didn't think she dated white guys.
I know. Apparently she just doesn't date me, which is devastating. I'd really appreciate it if a beautiful, talented woman, such as yourself, were to make me feel better.
Turk, it's inappropriate to make advances in
it's appropriate to make advances towards your therapist. I know. But can you really blame me for trying?
So when is this date?
Tomorrow. I told him to start working on a speech, a dramatic, down on one knee, confession of love, or really steal her heart, or whatever it is Piper has in her chest cavity.
Do you think Nathan is ready to be in love or have a girlfriend?
Not at all. But he doesn't have to look at the long term. Have some fun and move on. You
think that would help him?
Yeah. There's no harm in having some fun. Plus, I mean, he needs practice talking to women.
But if his goal is to spend time with woman after woman, what exactly is he practicing for?
I don't know. Nailing better women?
Sounds to me like Nathan may just be distracting himself from a bigger problem.
Like what?
Real relationship. I mean, commitment.
Like Nathan doesn't want to deal with the hassle of commitment. He just got used to the idea of talking to women at all.
Are you sure? I mean, it sounds like you don't want him to commit.
But he's not ready.
Why?
He's fragile enough as it is. I mean, he doesn't need a failed long-term relationship to add to his list of problems.
Failure can make him stronger. I think getting close to someone at all is a good thing for him. Take a look at his friendship with you. I mean, it's not a relationship in the romantic sense, but I think your support is still strengthening him as a person.
Yeah, but we're bros. That's different.
Okay, I'm not denying that there's more at stake with romantic relationships.
Well, that's why he should just have some fun. No feelings get in the way. No one gets hurt.
Okay. How do you think that strategy has helped you deal with Sarah?
Sarah. Right, of course this is about Sarah. Yeah, of course.
The process, Turk. Remember that.
Why didn't you just come right out and say it instead of asking all those questions about Nathan?
Turk, every conversation.
Look, I don't really know what else I can say about her that's new.
I still think there's work we can do to move past it.
I told you, Linda, I don't deserve to move past it. And not yet anyway. Okay?
How do you expect to know when you're ready to move on?
I don't know. It's just a feeling, I guess.
Feelings are fickle, Turk. In these instances, you have to make a conscious decision to think differently. The emotions will catch up on their own time. I'm afraid they never will catch up, though, if you continue to be so hard on yourself.
I don't get along with people long term.
What about me?
You're not people. You're my therapist.
I know, but therapist or not, we get along fine.
Yeah, it's different. I just feel comfortable around you.
Why is that?
Because you don't seem to hate me.
I don't hate you.
And that amazes me. All I do is hurt people.
One incident doesn't make you a bad person.
Not everyone thinks that way. Okay? This is court-mandated therapy. It doesn't count as a good thing I'm doing to redeem myself since I'm required to be here.
Do you want to be here?
Yeah. I think so.
Well, then that's what matters. Don't get discouraged. You're still learning to forgive yourself.
I didn't have to go on tour so much. If I had changed careers while we were still married, then maybe we would still be together. I know I've said it all before, but that's the reality of it. I can't escape that.
How can you know that traveling was the catalyst?
Isn't that usually the case?
It can be, but it's not always the answer.
All I can figure out is that she used to say that she missed me and then she stopped.
Did you miss her?
No. I didn't never really miss her, but I got so jealous when I chose what made me happy, and then I hurt her when she was just trying to find hers.
Why do you think you don't deserve to be happy?
One guy who hits his wife deserves to be happy.
Turk, you have to think
You don't hit women. Yeah, that's rule number one of how to be a decent person. Hell, you shouldn't even hit people in general. My fucked up mind went from 0 to 100 as soon as I saw his arm. Soon as I saw his arms around her. So I tried to beat the crap out of the guy, even though it was my fault he was there in the first place. If she hadn't gotten in between it, I don't know whether I would have stopped.
Your retaliation was a poor choice. You can't blame yourself for her affair. That was her choice, not yours.
I was never home. Then when I was there, things were rocky. Good husband calls every day when he's away, but I didn't because of a stupid fight we had or because I was just plain bored of her. Suddenly I decided I wanted just because I can't stand the thought of her being with another guy. I don't know why I keep saying it. It's not new information.
Why do you feel like you need to say it?
I don't know. Maybe if I say it enough times, something will change.
What kind of change are you looking for?
Something jump out at me. Something I can fix right now? I feel like my hands are tied.
What exactly about your situation are you trying to fix?
How I affected her. And I wish there was some way to beg her to listen to me. I just want to tell her how sorry I am and how much she meant to me, and how I hope she's happy.
Okay. Maybe you should write to her.
I'm not allowed to send her anything.
Okay, then send it to me as if I'm her. Organizing your thoughts and spilling them out onto the paper may help you discover something new about your situation. It may help you find something you actually can fix so that you can move on.
Maybe.
Linda gives him a look.
I guess I'll try.
I hope you do. You said you had a date the other night.
One date.
Did you like her?
She was kind of cool.
Cool enough for a second date?
I don't know.
I think that instead of worrying about who you might hurt, you should focus on the opportunity that you would otherwise be missing.
I'll think about it. So with Nathan, you're saying that he needs a girlfriend. I can make that happen.
Not necessarily. I just think that it's best that he is not closed off to the idea because he's scared.
I'll help him bounce back if it doesn't go well. Thanks, Linda.
You're welcome.
Blackout. Act 2, Scene 7. Setting. Parking lot of the therapy building. At Rise, Nathan, Turk, and Sofia are on stage. Nathan is wearing black, glittery attire, bow tie and vest over solid black shirt and slacks. There's a gift bag sitting on the ground, and Sofia is holding a bouquet of black flowers and a single red rose. Sofia and Turk are a bit tipsy.
Is this too much? I brought some spare clothes in the car.
Dude, Nate, you look classy as hell. She's going to be totally into you.
Where did you get all the sparkles?
I made it.
Really?
I overnighted the glitter from Amazon. This bow tie actually used to be pink. I didn't care for it much anyway.
Fuck. That's so romantic. Turk, when are you gonna glitter something for me?
Who are you?
Shut up. You are such an asshole.
No, I know, but I do have one. Yeah.
Are you drunk?
What? That is preposterous.
Did you drive here?
Walked.
Yeah. Did you know there are like 3 bars conveniently close to therapy? Boy, that is a mistake.
Nate, here are the flowers that you're supposed to give to Penny.
Piper.
Right. There are the flowers that you're supposed to give to Piper that I picked out. There's one red one because she's different than everyone else. You. It's a metaphor.
Thanks.
He takes the flowers.
Well?
You look like a solid 5, man.
Oh, good.
He studies his note cards.
How long have they been dating?
They haven't.
And now he's proposing?
Shit, I'm not sure. Hey, Nate, are you proposing?
No.
No.
I wish my dad had never proposed to my mom.
Oh, babe.
Puts his arm around her shoulder.
That's fucked up.
Hey, can y'all keep it down? Please.
Are you nervous, Nate?
No, I've had plenty of practice impressing beautiful women.
There's that slightly annoying sense of humor.
Oh, tell her she has beautiful eyes. Even if they're fugly, just power through. It's sure to guarantee a smile.
How can eyes be ugly?
I once knew a girl with no irises.
No shit?
Yeah, shit. Hey, babe. Your eyeballs are so sexy.
Aw. Thanks, babe.
See?
Hey, Nate, you nervous?
You already asked me that.
Did I?
Nathan sees Piper's car pulling in.
She's here.
Act natural.
Sofia and Turk do something weird.
Hey, geek, you brought backup?
Piper, hello.
Hi.
Nathan hands Piper the flowers.
Thanks. Wait, is this the surprise or are they?
Surprise!
They're not. They're just helping.
The red flower is because you're special.
Oh, you too, sweetheart.
I also got you this.
He picks up the gift bag and pulls out a CD.
I made you a mixed CD. I have no idea what kind of music you listen to, but I made various educated guesses. You know, Blink-182, Beatles, Einstürzende Nabaten. I also got you black leggings and a picture of a teacup pig. But then I realized that, however, the teacup pig might not be your preference for decoration. So I also got you a picture with bacon in a teacup. And, oh, hold on.
Gets note cards out of his pocket.
Piper.
Wait.
He shoves Nathan down on one knee.
Piper. I researched the meaning of your name in order to help me begin my speech, but all I found was one who plays the pipe. Which is not very helpful.
Nathan.
However, I have since reconsidered because it brought to mind the history of pipe bands leading men into war.
Nathan?
In the mid-1800s.
Nathan!
Yes.
Can we talk with a little more privacy?
Nathan stands up.
Oh, of course.
Ooh. Sorry, Nate. Sorry.
Sorry, Nate.
Nathan and Piper step aside.
Thanks for the gifts. They mean a lot, really.
You're welcome. In the mid-1800s.
Yeah, can't you just say what you need to say without the cards?
Oh, yeah, of course, no problem.
Thumbs through his note cards, then puts them down.
I've been thinking about this a lot because I like you a lot, Piper. But being close to someone at all is new to me. Turk thinks that having a girlfriend is important for a healthy self-esteem. In a way, that makes sense because that's someone you should always be able to count on.
Someone you can trust.
Exactly. I'm not sure how I would act, though, especially with a beautiful woman such as you.
Nathan, I don't want you to be intimidated by me. Before I really knew you, sure, but I'd like to think things are different between us now.
Really? I'm glad to hear you say that.
Yeah, well, I've given this a lot of thought too.
Nathan glances at his note cards, then looks at Piper.
In the mid-1800s, pipe bands were absolutely necessary to the army regiments. One reason is that they helped keep the soldiers in tempo on long marches. But the second and most important reason, I think, was to keep the soldiers' morale high. I think that may be why Turk and Linda have been pushing me toward new people. I need someone who will keep me steady and lift my morale. A Piper. Romance would be nice, of course, but in order to maintain the relationship, what I really need right now is a friend.
Oh.
I need something more stable and guaranteed. And that is, if you like me enough to, be friends.
I don't really know what to say.
I know it's a lot to ask. We can continue being acquaintances if you would prefer.
No, that's not it.
Oh, okay. What is it then?
I would love to be friends with you.
Really? That's fantastic.
Yes, it will be.
Thank you.
Don't sweat it, geek.
I can't believe it. I've got 2 friends now.
Well, yeah, 1 friend and 1 boyfriend.
Well, Turk and I... Look, I was all nice to you for all of 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, okay, bring it in, geek.
She traps him in a hug.
Woo!
Turk and Sofia cross toward Nathan and Piper.
Turk was quite intent on the girlfriend thing. He's probably going to be very disappointed.
Yeah, well, he'll get over it.
Disappointed in what?
Listen, Turk, I don't really know how to say this.
Just say it then.
Things between Piper and I haven't worked out quite the way you expected.
What happened?
We decided to be friends.
You friend-zoned him?
Okay, look, Turkentine.
How dare you?
No, Turk, it's not her, it's me.
I don't understand.
We're just in 2 very different places.
What? We're okay. She can change.
Look, I just need to focus on myself right now.
What? You're a real piece of work. After all I've done for you.
I'm sorry, Turk.
Oh, you're sorry. Okay, Sofia.
He falls into Sofia's arms.
I'm right here, babe.
I tried so hard.
I know, babe. Hey, want to go for ice cream?
You shouldn't eat your feelings, Sofia. Let's go back to the bar.
Turk and Sofia turn to leave, but are stopped by Linda and Hector entering, hand in hand.
Does Italian sound good?
Sure. Just let me drop off my briefcase in my
No!
in my Turk. What are you all doing here?
We needed a place to meet.
Piper, good to see you.
What up, heckler?
Hector's phone goes off. It can be just on vibrate unless the actor gets hot and bothered too easily.
Sorry, I have to take this. I'll just be a moment.
Hector steps to the side. Abby enters into her own majestic pool of light in a corner of the stage. In the next section, the stage will be split. Linda and Turk's conversation on one side, Hector and Abby on the other.
I'm Linda.
I'm Sofia.
Oh, so you're with
I think so.
Hector answers his phone.
Hello?
I'm tired of these games, Hector.
Abby, what's wrong?
Don't read horoscopes. Don't listen to sidekicks. Stop this obsession with astronomy. Well, I think you're just jealous.
After 37 dinner invitations, 3 proposals, and 9 offers to see the goods before you agree to a date and you choose this dope? I've never even seen him grab your ass.
You give me one piece of advice, my horoscope says something else. And to top it all off, you tell me I should think for myself? Well, I'm tired of thinking.
I respect you more than this guy.
Excuse me.
Respect? You just suggested that he should grab my ass.
I called Jason.
What? Abby, he's just trying to use you.
When a woman works that hard on her glutes, it is only common decency for the man in her life to grab them. Okay? If he's not appreciative of your work, then he's no man at all.
We have a date this Friday.
A date?
He has a presentation for me about Egypt. They have cat statues there.
He's still trying to sell you a timeshare.
Well, I love sharing time.
Turk, I know this is upsetting to you, but I happen to like Hector very, very much.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? What does he have that I don't have?
I'm finally sticking up for myself. I'm no longer scared of my own shadow.
Look, he's probably chatting up some chick right in front of you.
Stop shouting. You're giving me a headache.
I'll give you
as many headaches as I want.
You jealous.
You're cheating.
Controlling.
Backstabbing.
Prick.
Mama's boy. Probably.
I have half a mind. Missy, stop swiping at Petunia. I gotta go. My cat's trying to kill my parrot.
Wait.
Abby eggs up. She glares at Turk, not having the energy to say anything. Then to Linda.
That was Abby.
See? What did I tell you?
What is wrong with you?
What? Hey, man, why are you talking to Abby when you already have a date tonight with Linda?
She's my patient.
Is she? How convenient.
Okay, Turk, you know Abby.
Do I?
I had the date with her last week. The one who gave me the I Spy book.
Oh. My bad.
If you don't mind, I need to swing by Abby's apartment on the way to dinner because
I know, sweetie. It's gonna be okay. We'll discuss this on Tuesday.
On Linda and Hector's exit.
Linda, I'm sorry.
I love my patients. I love my patients. I love my patients. I love my patients. I love my
Continued
patients.
until he and Linda are off stage.
Turk, what the hell?
What? You know how you said that you would leave any guy for a chance to get with Lil Wayne?
Yeah.
She's my Lil Wayne.
Oh my God, babe, I'm so sorry.
This has been the worst day.
Oh.
Well, see you guys soon.
He starts to exit.
Hold up, Nathaniel. Where do you think you're going?
Well, I felt awkward and I didn't really know what to do, so I'm just gonna leave.
Let's go do something.
Do something.
Yeah, we're friends now, right? You hungry? Or you want to go see a movie? If you're into zombie movies, I hear Titanic 2 Jack is Back is supposed to be pretty good.
Food would be nice.
Cool. Get in my car.
Well, where are we going? I could just meet you there.
Don't argue with me, geek. Help me carry this stuff to my car.
Nathan grabs the gift bag.
But you're not going to tell me where we're going?
No, because I don't know where we're going.
But, okay, then we should solidify plans before we drive about aimlessly. Otherwise, we'll end up in the middle of nowhere, no gas, no supplies.
Relax, geek. I won't drive us out of town.
Do you have a flashlight? Jumper cables, tire iron?
Spare tire, loose change, a blow-up doll? What? We're all set, geek. Turk! Shortcake. What?
It's Sapphire.
It's Sofia.
You want to get something to eat?
I'll drive.
You're inebriated. I'm driving.
I call shotgun.
Oh, no way. I get shotgun.
Let's load her up, geek.
Sofia, Turk, and Peter and Piper exit. Nathan begins to exit, stops, takes a deep breath, slight smile.
Nathaniel!
Yeah, coming.
Nathan exits. Blackout.
All right, great job, everybody. If I can have all actors onto the screen, please. All actors onto the screen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I'm going to unmute everybody. And if everyone would please be kind enough to give these fabulous, talented folks a round of applause.
A plus B equals die.
Thank you.
And if we could have Jenna come back up on the screen, please. There she is. And another round of applause for our fabulous author. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our reading of Janae Hatchett's New and Improving. I just want to say thank you so much to this talented cast and also all of the folks who took the time to join us tonight. We'll be back next week with another one. In the meantime, make sure you head over and follow the Fort Worth Community Arts Center on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Please feel free to share everything. We'll have this recorded and on our YouTube channel as well. And with that said, again, thank everyone so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Great job, everybody. Have a wonderful night, folks. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching the show.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
It's all Josh.